And we're back in the apartment. So there's a water source heat pump up here. I don't know if that shows, but there's water dripping here. And I don't know if this shows, but there's water here. So let's see what's going on with that. Thermostat is set to 64 degrees. Wow, he likes it cold in here. So we're gonna go ahead and start with this panel and see, because obviously there has been some water damage. You can see there where the paint's bubbling. So we'll see what's going on. So here we go. So it looks like the water is like down there towards the front of the unit. That's where it's coming from. I think it's running back this way. This is that grill right here that's dripping. Yeah, so I think the water is coming from over there. All right, so here are the coils. So we have a little bit of ice. And that's probably just because the guy's been running this thing so low. So I think the ice may be melting. This is the back side of the coil, so we didn't see the front side, but I'm thinking that maybe it's melting and it's bypassing the pan, and that's why we're getting water leakage. It's not the whole coil, it's just the bottom. So yeah, and that's because he's running at 64 degrees, so that we need to probably put a limit on that thermostat so it doesn't go that low. All right, so here's the unit. You can see everything's wet here, all the suction lines, so this was probably all frozen. And then when it actually satisfies, it all melts, collects in the bottom part here, because this whole thing is just completely full of water, if you can tell. And then it drips down onto there and then seeps through, and then runs down that way under into that grill. So, but yeah, that's where all the water is coming from. It's probably the compressor's probably been icing up. Definitely this guy right here, the accumulator's been icing up, and then it just drips down in here. Yeah, this whole thing is completely full of water. I don't know if that shows up. It's all underneath this pad. So, and then it just kind of drips down on there and pools. So, all right, so to set the limit on here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna hit fan and up, push and hold. Okay, and then 28 is our setting. So the minimum on this is 50 degrees for cooling. We're gonna change that to 68. So no more 64 degrees, sorry, buddy. Okay, and then done. And now, if we put in cool mode, can't go past 68. We can go ahead and throw this in heat, melt the coil really quick. It's a nice thing about a heat pump. So. And then I'm gonna get a vacuum, try to vacuum up as much water as I can out of that unit. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and just clean this condensate line just in case. Oh man, when I was taking these screws out, water was just pouring. This whole thing was full of water. So I took that grill off, got the water off, but then there was water in these cracks. Believe it or not, you know, it worked really well to get it out. It was this little mini fan. I just blew it out and wiped it up. Wipe this up as best as I can. I'm pretty sure the coil is clear. We're gonna put her back in cooling, check the pressures, and then clean up this mess on the floor that I made, because all that water came spilling out of this thing when I took it off. Okay, so I need to be able to turn on the unit so for testing purposes. So what I'm going to be doing is because I put that limit, I can't get it low enough to keep it on. So I'm going to put in test bus. So up and down, you want to push and hold them until the screen changes to this. That's heating. I hit next, that's cooling. Stage 1 cooling. If there's a second stage, you can keep going up. So we're going to go ahead and hook up some gauges and check the pressures. All right, we're checking our temperature of our water. So it should be about 8-degree differential. So it's about 6 degrees. So we're going to go ahead and throw some gauges on just to make sure that the charge is right. All right, so the suction pressure is a little bit low. Our superheat's a little bit high. So this probably maybe an ounce or two. And then with the fact that it's been running non-stop since it was set to 64 wasn't helping things. So I think that's what the case is with this. So we're gonna see if we can get approval to add a couple ounces of refrigerant and go from there. So yeah, so we're gonna add I don't know, maybe 2 ounces of 22. So I'm just gonna do that real quick. Make sure we zero this out. So these systems don't use a lot of refrigerant, so you don't need to add a lot. So I've put in about 1 ounce, and we will let it stabilize and see how that's going. Okay, so I used the check and charge to calculate what my target superheat is, which is going to be 5 degrees, and it currently says it's supposed to be at 10. I'm at 8.8, so it's close. So I'm agreeing with that app. I'm saying that the charge is good. I've only added 1 ounce to this, so it was just very quick. We are at 33.9 on our suction evaporating temperature, 8.6 superheat. And then the last we checked between our water pipes, we're at 8 degrees exactly. Yeah, about 8 degrees. So I think we only needed that 1 ounce to get it to go. So yeah.
All right, so I forgot to close that call out, but basically, so what we had come across is we had water dripping. It was dripping, from the ceiling, and that's just because the accumulator compressor was freezing, and then it would melt, and it would accumulate at the bottom of that casing, and then it would eventually leak out through the hole from which the water pipes came out of, and then it would pool underneath, and then kind of drain over to the hatch and the return grill. And this has been happening over time because the tenant had their air conditioner set to 64, which, because it is a heat pump or a water source heat pump, it can actually reach those temperatures. Because when I walked in there, it was 64 degrees in there. It was freezing in there. And he's not going to be too happy because he's not going to be able to go below 68 anymore. But because of what was happening, because of that freezing, it was just slowly accumulating in there, and then eventually it would just leak out. That return grill, when I pulled it off, all the flanges was completely full of water, so that's why I had all that mess on the ground. But generally, situations like that on a water source heat pump, usually it's a dirty filter or a dead blower or something like that. But in this case, you could see that we were actually low on refrigerant. I don't know if you could see, but somebody had actually added 10 ounces of refrigerant to that unit at some point. I think it was a few years ago. So it is possible that we've lost a little bit of refrigerant over that time, because you may say, well, only 1 ounce. Well, the total charge on that thing is probably 10 ounces. They don't hold a lot of refrigerant. So when you do charge them, don't put too much in there, just very little amounts. Usually I try to go an ounce at a time and then let it stabilize and then see where it goes. But in this case, I think it was a combination of he was running it for, at such a low temperature that it was just running nonstop. And then on top of that, it was slightly low on charge. But I was able to get most of the water out of there. I think they're going to be sending a crew back there to rip out all that drywall and redo it. But I also recommended that we add a drain pan under there. Since they're going to rip out the drywall, I think it'd be a good time to just put a pan in there, with a little float switch or something. But anyway, I know this video was short, but I thought it was really good because it's a water source heat pump. You don't see a lot of these videos. So anyway, let me know in the comments if you like this kind of video. But hopefully this helps you out if you come across this situation. So thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Comment, tell me what a horrible technician I am. Hit that bell notification, and follow me on Instagram, Facebook. And if you want to support the channel, pick up some tools on the products page, or visit the links below. Thanks for watching.